Welcome back. Today, we're going to be going after the Seal of Shan-To-Kor. This is a quest chain that's basically a follow-up to the Waterworks. If you remember, in the Waterworks, we were trying to rescue some kids, likely like young adults, but one of them we were too late to save, and had written in blood the Seal of Shan-To-Kor. So Wayfinder Dale over here is going to tell us what's going on. Let's see. So, just to make sure I was right, I asked her what it is, right? So the Seal of Shan-To-Kor is basically... what's a good... it is one of those ancient relics where just owning it grants you great political power. It's kind of like if you just had the crown jewels. It kind of lends a little air of credence to everything that you would say in Britain. Or Excalibur. There's a great example. Say if you pulled Excalibur out, it doesn't matter how you got it. It only matters that you have it, and people are going to pay attention. You are suddenly important because you have Excalibur. You have this legendary thing that's been lost for ages. So, the concern here is that the Hobgoblins are about to get it and sell it off to the giants, because, like, to them it's just a thing they can make money. Right? And the kobolds kind of work for the Hobgoblins. The problem, whatever giant they sell it to suddenly kind of gets to command all the other giants. He's got so much political sway, he might bring the giants back together to be a legitimate force, and that would be bad. The only reason the giants aren't, like, in charge right now is because all the tribes are kind of scattered. You don't really want the giants deciding they want their city back and just squishing everybody, all the little... to them, we're the size of rats. You don't want them squishing all the people because there's basically squatters in their city. I don't want to fight the oozes, so I'm just going to jump in the quest. This is the one side quest in this area. There is a big hobgoblin. His name is Shog. We're going to go steal his hat. Basically, we're stealing his lucky hat just to annoy him. That's it. We're going to annoy him, and then he's going to be not a threat anymore. Story-wise, I guess we're taking one of the leaders out. You can absolutely skip this quest, though. It is not part of the actual chain. But, I mean, we're here to do everything. Alright. I have very little ranged ability, but we can throw our dart at that guy till he stops shooting at us. Bonk. Bonk. Someday we'll have a much better ranged weapon. So, here's an interesting thing. Projectiles in this game are physical. They actually travel. If I stand in front of somebody, any projectiles shooting at them hit me instead, because I'm in front of them. I'm physically in front, I take the hit. If you want to shield your friend who's a wizard from the enemy archers, stand in front of him. It actually works. It doesn't work that way for melee attacks, other than, like, the AI will attempt to path their way around you if you're kind of blocking their path. But it definitely works for ranged attacks. There is a... Ah, yes, I knew there was a trap. I'm mostly going to ignore the traps here because it's normal mode, but as usual, you see a trap, inch forward until you see it go off. Like this is very obviously was in the water. You could kind of go dip a toe in, jump out, and now look at that. There's a straight path with no spikes. Easy, easy out. Or try to get the hobgoblins to trigger it for you. That's one that you can't just run fast and get around. So, hobgoblin witch doctors, you definitely want to take them out fast. I should not have mortally wounded that one and then kept going. I should have killed him. Not only do they do a lot of damage, because they can use like fire spells, which my armor does not help me against, but they can also hold you. Like they cast a dance spell on me and I was not able to... I thought that was supposed to have a lever in it. Oh. I get the key. I was helpless until it wore off. When you're helpless, kind of hard to not die. Again, this is normal mode. You should probably just play normal mode if you don't know the quests. Especially these ones. I don't see people play this particular chain very often. This is an expansion you have to buy. It has basically no named loot. And it's just kind of more sewer tunnels with hobgoblins and kobolds in it. Like, there's honestly not really a lot to it, though it is a more complicated use of the sewer map. There's a lot more levers and stuff to go look for. There's kind of a whole little hobgoblin city down here. And of course, we have to go kill everybody for kidnapping children and torturing them for information about things they just want to sell to make money, regardless of the consequences. The seal kind of reminds me of the blackbird in Quest for Glory. Like, its inherent value is in what you can convince people to do, not because it's inherently a powerful item. I've been trying to think of like a... that's not good. We are super helpless when you're held like that. Like, you take 50% bonus damage helpless. Fortunately, there's a shrine right there, you know, just in case, but he didn't kill us before it wore off. Over time, our saves are going to just keep going up and we won't have to worry about that as much, but there's a lot of spellcasters in this place. There's another trap coming up here. I'm going to say it's probably... I don't know. It's been forever since I did this quest. Since it hasn't gone off over here yet, I'm going to bet it's one of those, like, line traps. So I'm going to try to jump. Oh, are you going to trigger it for me? No? Fine. I'm going to try to jump... Oh, see, that kind of worked. The button didn't go off, but there's a blade trap. 2 blades on either side. It forgot to hit me. I'll take it. Kind of hard to see that one. Probably better off standing near the middle and jumping, but... Or you minimize your damage you take by standing on one side. And again, if I was paying attention, I would put the shield on first. Also, don't use a cleave attack while standing next to multiple exploding barrels. Not unless you want the Minotaur to take some fire damage too. I have very little in the way of buffs so far. I don't even have the ability to use most of my buffs yet. We haven't found a wisdom item. Oh, look. Bad guys. So, we've got Mostly hobgoblins. Go for the casters first. I like that there's a more complicated sewer design, but that's kind of all this quest chain has going for it. Yeah, I should have used my Featherfall. So, I'm at -8. Every couple seconds I'm going to roll and see if I just die. Except the hireling, because I didn't take... You die at -10. So I jumped off of that thing with no Featherfall and went, smash! So we almost died right there, just because I was dumb and jumped off without Featherfall. And now the hireling is going to glue my face back on. There we go, I've been reinflated. That is why you put 1 point into tumble. Because I would have taken, like, less than half that amount of damage with only 1 point of tumble. I'm going to jump again because we know that trap is there. Yeah. Eventually we'll have a passive Featherfall item and we'll never have to worry about it ever again. But I should keep that in mind. Yeah, don't yeet yourself off of the cliff. Here's another cleric. We're walking uphill through the flowing water. And up. Still have a little bit of that cold, but it's much better. It does make me take my hand off my controls now and then, though. This feels like a trap. I don't know there's a trap. This feels like there's a trap. When in doubt, just, like, jump over the corner. There was no trap, but, you know, what do you lose for being careful? Nothing. And occasionally you will jump over a trap and everybody else will look at you and go, how did you know? Because oftentimes, if you look at a spot and you think that's where I would put a trap if I was the dungeon designer, the dungeon designer thought that too. Alright, I think we go down. Yep. We're gonna not jump all the way straight down this time. This feels trapped too. Little too open. I know these are trapped. These have, I think it's dart traps that come straight towards us. Didn't see anything happen. Must be thinking of a different spot. There's a spike trap right over here. Just time, run through, down, up, down. Once they're triggered, they're really easy to avoid. Up, down. Really? Really? Fine. Just run through it while it's up. They only do damage when they're down. Just physically, it's fine. You can touch them while they are up. I'm going to purposely run through it while it's up. And he's going to purposely stand in it. If you try, like I did, to just run into it while it's just down, you're just going to run the risk of... Oh, hey. The boss. I don't want to lose my weapon right now, so... Get those slimes out of the way before we get in here. And here is... Grundle? Really? Your name is Grundle? Alright. Well, nobody has to look at Grundle anymore. And Shag's Helm. Intimidate +7. You know, that's actually... You know what? Sure. I'm going to wear his hat. I'm going to wear his hat. We're going to go in and we're going to fight him later. And I'm just going to be wearing his hat. He's going to be like, where's my lucky hat? It's just like, even this? Just, still want it? I like that it has Intimidate +7 on it. Not because I'm going to use that, but because that's probably his source of power. A +7 to Intimidate skill. That's how he keeps his men in line. Alright, we'll take our whatever... We'll take whatever that is. The other quests in the chain are all in a row. This is the only one that's kind of off by itself, which is kind of nice. I do like when you're doing a quest chain that's really one long quest cut up. I like that you can... What am I trying to say? I like that you don't have to leave and go find the next quest. You just do them all in a row. It is nice for minimizing the backtracking. Pretty sure... Oh yeah, we want to be down on that lower level there. There's the door. I clicked on the thing, but apparently it didn't take. Whatever. Up we go. More sewers. More kobolds. I think this pack might have been better received if it was a higher level. Like, I know it's full of kobolds and hobgoblins, but we just got done with waterworks, and then, like, the next pack you're selling us is more waterworks. I think it probably would have helped if this was, like, return to waterworks, right? This was, you come back, you're level 15, there's way scarier things, and you're fighting all of the other fancy sewer-based things you don't see now because you're too low a level. It might have been received very warmly, just because it was spaced farther away. Pretty sure we don't have to go in that room at all. It's just a bunch of kobolds over a pit. Our goal right now is to get past the kobold blockade, and then we take out the hobgoblins, and then we are ahead of them and we can run forward, get the shield of Shan-To-Kor. But right now the hobgoblins are ahead of us and the kobolds are trying to slow us down. Paths. I pick left. Just holding down the mouse button. Oh, we can hit cleave. That might gild these a little faster. Yeah, we picked the wrong way. There's some valves we need to hit, and then we jump in the water. As usual, kobolds are not particularly dangerous, but you definitely don't want the shaman getting off his spells. Here's our valves, and then we jump in the water. I'm reasonably certain that we just hit all three. The puzzle is just hit all of them. Don't think about what you're swimming through. Ladders take a little while to climb. I do like, again, these are some of the coolest sewers in any game I've ever played, but getting a little tired of sewers. So I'm using Trip just on the off chance it lands, it slows down the shaman. Alright. Here's physically the blockade we were trying to get past. Huzzah. Alright. We're past. Now again, we can very carefully land on the pipes, one at a time, just like we did in Waterworks. And bloop. Only took 6 damage from that fall. And we got a big old puzzle to solve. Now, we want this over here lit up. I believe we do not want the pillars to light up. The pillars are traps. So to not take damage, we're going to solve this backwards. We're just going to block this off. And we're going to work backwards. Like, nope, we don't want you to touch there. And by solving it backwards, we can kind of go and follow the path and just adjust things on the fly without getting surprised by, whoops. Because they always rotate the same way. So 3 of these have a connection to that thing I don't want to have power. So now nothing is connecting any of these, not even on accident. And when we click this one, it's just going to send the power all the way through the path we just did. And we're done. With 0 risk of accidentally activating the traps. I almost always will just do these backwards. Just because it's easier. You can avoid any traps. And we are now going to heal ourselves using the hireling. Again, targeting F1 to target myself, or you can click on your own name, or click on your own name. Click heal, and I don't even know where he is. He's still up there, okay. Back and forth. And safely on the ground. A couple dead bodies who... That would suck to, like, you make it this far, you solve the puzzle, you fall down and you break your ankle or something, you just die on the spot, just laying there. Like we almost did earlier. Shrine. Oh, actual zombies. Any evil, like stereotypically evil type enemy, we're going to be really good at killing them. Because we are going to get all these paladin bonuses versus evil stuff. It's not even good. Like, we're going to see a demon, we're going to be like, yes! Like Thor, and when he sees Hulk, just, yeah! Oh, kill that thing. Always kill the caster when he's big and obvious. Alright, just had to answer a question for the wife real quick. Didn't I just pick up a key? I could have sworn I just picked up a key. Maybe it's a key to a different door. I don't do these quests very often. I get lost easy. We were already there. This must be the door the key goes in. No. We have a key. I'm not crazy, right? I opened the chest, got the key. Ah. You unlock the door. I believe there's a wizard right here. Guess it's just some kobolds. Maybe it's through there. There's a wizard. Yes, thank you for actively alerting the necromancer to our presence, Mr. Hireling. Good job. I was right. There was a wizard there. Oh, that's a big drop. Featherfall. Should be at the end of this one soon. I think this is just another wizard. Maybe it's just a collectible node. 7 hours worth of running through sewers, they all really start to look the same. Oh no, an ambush. Oh, troglodytes, that's different. They still fall over the same. Hello? Open door? Did I miss one? I have broken all of your stuff. I'll break any of your other people you want to throw in front of me. This room is just a... This is copied from the waterworks. I think we have to jump down and hit a lever. Yeah. Another shrine room. I can tell without even opening it by using Q to look through the door. And we jump down. Using Q to try to target items nearby. A valve. Yeah, I like that it is harder waterworks. I don't really like how long it is for how little XP you get and there's no treasure. It's also very quiet. I don't suppose the other valve is just sitting in here. Nope. Oh, there was only one. Usually when there's two little lights, that means two levers, but apparently this one only had one. Oh, look. Spikes. Alright, come on. Mushrooms. That's different. Now we're starting to get into some different biome stuff. Nice. Giant mushrooms are cool. Death from above on this Black Widow. Still going from mushroom to mushroom, so I don't take quite as much falling damage. See, spidery cave. Now we're getting something. Spider cave's different than sewer. Wading through some ankle-deep water, just there to slow us down. Ew, glass spider. Must die. Don't like glass spiders. It's a different biome, but it is still kind of long hallway of kill the enemies. I believe this is the boss. Unless I am mistaken, this is the end of this quest, finally. Right there, this is the gate to the Hobgoblin City. So, beat up the gate warden, go through the gate. I want to say this is the end of the quest. Right? Yeah. There's our end chest. And then this nondescript door right there is the next area. So the first quests, the first ones were level. I'm gonna just make sure. The first two we did were level 3. This one and the final one are level 4. So this is going to begin a kind of awkward pattern, at least in the older quests, where the levels of the chain do not match each other. Like, they get higher as you go, which makes it really awkward because you don't really do part of a chain, leave, come back later. That's not how things work. I'm not going to do the quests are connected. I'm not coming back later to do something I'm literally right here to do. So we have to find our way to Hetman Shog. That's the guy we stole the helmet for. This quest is also really long. Like, really long. There are a lot of optionals, too. Let's see, where's the lever? I think it's down there, maybe? Lever. There's a lot of optionals here, too. There are witch doctors that we can beat up. It's just popped there because there's one nearby. If we take out all 3 of them, we get some bonus XP. I know where another one is. He's behind that gate that I was trying to find the... It's not even locked. It looks like a gate, right? It looks like something you have to pull a lever for. Just click on it like a door, and it opens. And here goes another witch doctor. Only got 1 of those left, but there's I mean, it's optional to kill 75 hobgoblins. It's not optional. You're going to kill quite a few hobgoblins. There's a couple other optional things we can do on the way, but it's all basically one path. There are 2 somewhat randomly placed keys we need to find. So, this architecture is used a couple times to show hobgoblins. Especially when we get to, like, Giant Hold. So, it's pretty consistent. These are all of the kobold slaves. We cannot free them, but we can steal their stuff. At least the slaves aren't going to just randomly attack us. It's a thing I see in some quests that, like, they name the enemy so-and-so slave, and then they still attack you. It's like, why are you attacking me? Just go hide in a corner and I will kill your captors and then you can be free. Like, why are you attacking me? Alright, we don't want to go over there yet. I'm kind of trying to keep an eye out for wherever the key might end up being. I think there's a river gate we need a key for, and then there's the key that actually gets towards the boss. There's only a couple places they can spawn. I just don't want to walk past the spawn and have to double back. I hate backtracking. So I'm just trying to keep an eye out everywhere as we go by. Because this is a long way to go. With honestly not that much to talk about. There's a rest shrine. These quests are just kind of long. Full of hobgoblins. Definitely not high on my list of packs to buy. I don't think this one even costs very much, so it's really tempting to throw whatever, like, handful of points that this one costs. Just, oh, there's a pack. It's only, you know, this small number of points. I should get it. It's like, oh, you can. You can get it. But there's so many level 3 quests. I feel like I'm going the correct way without having checked. Yeah. I'm going to be mad if the key is in that other path that I walked past. Just Beating up guys, running around looking for the key. After all, I did say this was all quests, not all quests that I like. Running through a bunch of caves. Okay, I think this chest right here might be what we were looking for. Is this the river key? River gate key. It's mixed in there with the rest of the loot. So you might grab it and not realize it, because most of the modern quests, if they have a key in a chest, that's the only thing in that chest. And just in case we end up finding the other large earth elemental, we're gonna take these out too. Ogres and earth elementals are just more optional things. It's free XP if we happen to cross paths, but right now I'm heading straight back to that river, going straight through the door, because the second key that we're going to be looking for cannot spawn on this side. It's going to be from the gate forward. I'm pretty sure we can just, like, literally jump into the canal. Yeah, there's the door. Not even going to fight the rest of those hobgoblins up there. And forward. Now our new objective is to kill Hetman Shog while wearing his hat. I don't know if he actually says anything different if you're wearing his hat, but I kind of hope there is. That's the kind of thing that devs will often, like, think about. There's a couple times in the game that if you do a thing, the game will comment on it while you're there. Any chest up there? Just levers? Pretty sure we need another key. If I don't need a key, great, but I'm pretty sure I need another key. Either that or I'm thinking of, I want over there. Can I jump that corner? Yes, but I can't jump that gap. Up the ladder. I might be thinking of the next quest, but I'm pretty sure that the key I need is this half of this quest. Because you spend so much time looking for keys in this quest. Take out the casters. There's another caster over here I already know, because he was throwing stuff at me before. Alright. Anything special up there? Not that I see. It does look like there's a path, though. Oh, sneaky guy. Man, if you're going to be a thief, you've got one chance. If you reveal yourself to somebody who's significantly heavier armored than you are, I mean, you better have taken out most of their HP. I remember playing Dark Age of Camelot, and it had a lot of player versus player elements to it. And I was running around, mostly minding my own business. I didn't do a lot of the player versus player, but I was doing a quest and I had to go into a PvP zone in order to do the quest. And I minded my own business, and one of the other players with a stealth class backstabs me for 95% of my health. Just almost kills me in one hit. And I fought my way back, dodging every single attack with every single defensive ability I had. And I managed to fight him back down to the point that he ran away. Unfortunately, he ran away into some of the enemy just computer-controlled monsters, just the regular monsters. And so, you know, in that moment, he's like, Oh, crap. And then I caught up and killed him. Hey, look, it's Shag. Yeah, he didn't say anything fancy. This is a very dangerous fight, by the way. I have had legitimate trouble with this fight on my main character. Because I was coming through here on Elite. I was only like level 6. And all those wolves sitting there chain tripping you, multiple casters, yeah. I could YOLO it with, you know, greatsword, but it's because we're on normal mode. If you are on anything other than normal mode, you open that door, you run. You try to minimize how many of those guys you could fight at once. A robe of resistance? Wow, that's bad. Well, we got his notes. That's what we're here for. So, supposedly, they already found the thing. This is apparently not the way forward. They already found the seal. It's hidden deep. So they at least know where it is hidden, even if they have not physically grabbed it yet. The Halls of Shan-To-Kor. This is the last quest in this chain. We're up to level 5. It's a level 5 quest. And I don't think it's as long, but there's definitely a lot more traps in this one. So we're going to start by killing these guards and such. I think there's a... I thought there was another witch doctor right here. We need to go down. So we're going to follow this little winding path. I'm going to ignore those archers. They're not worth the time to try to jump up there and get them. This one has some interesting rooms. Like this quest maybe should have just been the only quest. Still plenty of hobgoblins. You could just reflavor it as a race to get the seal. Yeah, we're going to take out this cleric. There's 2 rooms in particular that I look forward to showing off, and this is one of them. There is a bridge. It is up. The lever is on the other side, but this is a target lever. I can throw my dart, and if I don't have the enemy targeted, come on, untarget, thank you. No, stop soft targeting him too. Fine, as soon as the enemy's dead, thank you, I throw the dart, I hit the lever, we could cross the bridge now. I like the target lever idea. I like that sometimes you just need to throw something to hit a lever on the other side of a bridge to let it down. I like that. That's fun. This is just going to be a little spider ambush, because we have very well-trained spiders, I guess. Maybe. This quest has a ton of traps in it, and they're usually in halls like that where you don't actually have a choice. You have to run through. Boink. Yeah, well, we got past the first one. This room, also responsible for killing some people, okay? Multiple casters up on ledges, trapped to even get in the room. You need to get up here and kill these guys quick. And there's another one on top of there. Get on the ladder. There's traps on the way up the ladder. It's brutal. It's very... Look how many casters this is. All in a row. And my hireling can't even keep up with me. This is a lot. This is a lot of guys all shooting at you from elevated positions with no chance for you to take a break. That room's very, very dangerous on higher difficulties. If you're going to run Elite or something, first of all, That's some very, very tight timing to climb in between those fire jets. But more importantly, bring a ranged weapon. Stand it down there. I know there's the traps right there. Hit whatever you can from the other side of the traps. Then try to take cover. Like, run up here, stand behind the pillar there to block all those guys from being able to see you. Just fight as few of them as you can from range. Then come back and hit the levers. Lever number 2. And then lever number 3. So many traps. There's also a door down there. Minimum strength 19. They usually don't tell you the strength. It just happened this time. I'm not strong enough to open that door. Strength doors can also be picked if you are a rogue. So you can pick the lock, just manually hit the open lock button, and it'll pick open a door that you normally need strength for. Did you just knock me down? I get up again. More fire. And we go. And now we have the other room I wanted to show off. Get down here. This, once it goes off, yeah, that is a fire trap. Every pillar shoots every direction. Yeah. Yeah. They are not screwing around. There's a chest over there if I felt like going for it. I think you hug around this side, because I feel like we can go. So from here, I'm going to try to get into this corner here. And we're just trying to go in between all the fire jets. So we're going to wait for that one to turn off. This one's a little diagonal. We're going to try to get to this spot. Just hugging in tight. Oh, apparently I'm slightly too close to one of them. Oh! And spikes, which didn't even turn on until after we're halfway through, and only exactly where I'm standing. This room is your DM hates you. We're gonna jump over this. We're trying to just cross straight through this room. This room. Oh. I stood still too long, and there's now spike traps again. I'm looking for my next safe spot. I think it's right there. I hit 2 of the fire traps. That was not a good spot. Oh, up and over. So. That's a trap. Summon the hireling so he doesn't try to run through there. And that's not even the last of the traps. That's the last of the crazy trap, but that's not the last trap. There is a shrine here, so in a pinch, you can like pick up your friend's corpses and run them the rest of the way through the trap. Oh, that looks way too much like a trap. I'm gonna have him pull that. Okay, it was fine. So, all of these directions. This is basically another big square. Doesn't matter which way you go. There's traps either way. I believe it's frost traps. And then there's more spider ambushes. I'm going to try to get a running start. And see if I can jump over wherever the trap was. Oh, the trap was the whole way. So it was on that wall. So let's go on this wall. Well, that was halfway right. We needed to hug the wall a little closer. So, what I've seen so far is red wall is trap wall, is what we're seeing. Maybe the pattern will hold. I just saw an ooze. So many ways to die in this quest. Honestly, I'm having a lot more fun in this one than the last, like, 3 put together. I like, in my opinion, traps are more fun if they don't auto-kill you. Just little ding, gotcha. Just a little bit of damage. Just so you go, dang it, the trap got me again. And then, you know, if somebody runs back and forth through it, then they can take damage. I'm going to go ahead and feather fall down here because I don't feel like climbing the ladder. But I also don't want to die, just splat. Because I feel like we're at the end of this quest. You can see those piles of rocks. Those are earth elementals. Earth elementals have an earth grab ability that paralyzes you. They grab you, you're helpless, you take extra damage while they're grabbing you. We're going to kill them first. We're going to get close. Boss shows up, but I'm going to run over here and try to kill these first. Okay, maybe they're not going to wake up on normal mode. The giant is... Oh, there they go. We're going to stop and we're going to kill these things. They must be at certain damage gates. While I'm knocked down, I'm holding the shift to block. Oh yeah, we're gonna go kill you. You can block while you're on the ground. You can't block while you're grabbed. There we go. He's not particularly dangerous other than knocking you down. The other guys, if they grab you with earth grab, then he will just kill you. Because you'll not be... Your armor won't be able to stop his attacks anymore. And you'll take a whole bunch of extra damage. And look, the seal of Shan-To-Kor. Big runestone with some marks on it. It does say that magic cracks around it. I'm going to guess that's magic that says, hey, I'm the real one. Otherwise, anybody could make one. And we're done here. We're done here. We're never coming back. The one little saving grace of this chain. Now, I don't think that they've changed, is the chain reward for doing the 3 connected ones. The little hat quest doesn't count. They do give you some unusual rewards. So here's my reward list. Did I get any of them? Yes, good. So, for example, puzzle cap. Intelligence +2. Nice little low-level item, right? But you know what it doesn't have on it? A minimum level. So, it doesn't do us a whole lot of good on this character, but if you're playing a lot of characters, or you're playing your character over and over again by reincarnating to level 1 and playing him through different builds and stuff, these have no minimum level. You can get yourself... You know, not all of them are good. I think the puzzle cap's probably the best one. But yeah, here's some power. Oh, this one's minimum level 2. I guess the armors have minimum levels, but these are reasonable things at low level. But the special ones are the ones 1 damage reduction to everything, not just piercing, just always 1. Constitution +2 necklace. Just no minimum level. Reflex save +4. No minimum level. That's 4 4 extra on your d20 roll to not take damage from a trap. These end chain rewards are actually pretty good if you're going back to level 1 a lot. By the time you get them, not very interesting. So they're useless for this character. Decent for a brand new character if you want to make another character by passing it through your bank. This stick can even summon a scorpion for 10 minutes. What do you do? 25% fortification? No minimum level? This is basically the only saving grace of this pack is these once per full run of the chain you can grab one of these items. Don't use the sleep trinket. Well, I'm going to grab this Constitution +2. Yeah. I'm going to even equip it. Once I find it. There it is. Now we have a little bit more HP, and when I'm done with it, it goes in the account bank, and then the next time I make a character on this account, bam, Constitution +2 necklace at level 1. But that is it for the halls of Shan-To-Kor. The kobolds kidnapped those kids, and nobody brings it up. Like, that kid died, hinting, motivating us to come and do this. And all we did was we go down there, killed all the hobgoblins, and took the thing before they could. And hopefully Wayfinder Dale doesn't, do even worse with it. It belongs in a museum, is hopefully what happens. I am going to buy a couple more hirelings, though. Just since I'm already standing here. We now have a level 5 hireling. Alright, well that's it for Seal of Shan-To-Kor. I wouldn't buy it. If it's on sale and it's very few points and you're just whatever, I might as well. Fine. You won't regret having it. It doesn't make your account worse. It's just the reasons for buying it are very few, and only the last quest is any fun, and it's only fun because it has such a ridiculous trap room. That room makes the quest. That room is also a heart attack on Hardcore League as you're trying to get through there on elite mode without dying because you lose your whole character. Woof. I made it through there, but oh man, that was not. I don't want to say it wasn't fun, because in hindsight, I'm glad I did it, but at the time, I'm just what am I doing? I hate myself. Yeah. Very stressful. I got the heart meds now. That's what Hardcore League did the one time I played it. I'm on heart meds now. Anyway. Next time, we're going to go take a look at the catacombs. So, hope you like squishing lots of undead, because it's going to be basically an hour of just squishing undead in a row. See you next time.